Hi everyone, it's Eddie here. Eddie Makes Art, and today I want to show you something new that I discovered on the Amazon. These are by CSY Art Gallery. Their watercolors are pretty popular. You've probably heard of those. These are some new ink spray magic. They're oxide sprays. And they come in various colors. I want to say there's at least 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 10, 15, 20, 24 colors. I have obviously not purchased all of them. I have a selection, kind of some sprays to fill in the gaps of the sprays I already have from other makers. But I thought I would unbox them with you and then test them out and see what they look like. Again, these are from CSY. Yes, they did this. The label is spelled wrong. They're ink spray magic, not ink sparing magic. And according to the label, I'll read that to you and get my glasses on. They are CSY Art Gallery Magic Ink Spray, water-based pigment. Can be used for ordinary paper, junk journal, photo frames, handicrafts, leather, wood, fabrics, etc. It can be sprayed directly on the material to create beautiful background patterns. The finished product sprayed with multicolor mixture has a retro color. The drying time is 5 to 10 minutes depending on the weather and materials. The drying time will also vary. The writing is like extremely small. It needs to be bigger because right in here is the name of the color. So I have a aged mahogany. This one is, wow. You should just look on my order sheet here. Caramelized chestnuts. That's a good name. This is London Rain. This one is Ripine Lagoon, and this one is Hazy Moon. Let's see, what's Hazy Moon? I'm looking at the info on the Amazon site just because sometimes the packaging has less information than the Amazon, but I haven't opened them, so I don't know what's inside. Okay, so let's get her open. I have some different papers to use to spray on. This is mixed white, just plain white mixed media paper. Well, let's open here. Let's start with the Hazy Moon. We've got bubble wrap to play with for gel plating. Very nice. A nice bottle, huh? Interesting. The spray is spelled correctly here. More tiny writing. You can already see a couple of different colors in there. It says here, shake well side to side before using to ensure the dye and pigment ink fusion is mixed thoroughly. Easy opaque ink coverage, mist water reactive formulation with water to enhance oxidized and mottled effects. Clean the spray nozzle after each use. No other info, but I think we're okay. You can hear it's got the little metallic balls in there to help mix everything nice and smoothly. Sometimes I like to swing it around. Spinning. I was doing this the other day to another bottle that I have to shake. I think it was another ink, I think. And in front of me is my computer. So like right here is my desktop monitor. So, and my brother is on the other side of that, in the other half of our mansion. And he was like, what are you doing? He thought I was having a fit because all he could see was my hands going up and down and sideways and twisting around and my head going, what? Oh, that was funny. Good times. Okay, so, got me scissors here to get this plastic off. picked these up during the Amazon Prime days. Like, they weren't on sale, but they were new. And I was like, yeah, I'll try it. Why not? Okay, that's very interesting. I get my paper towel here. I always need that to wipe off the nose, and I have a spray bottle of plain water. Let's start. We're going to start there, right there. Ooh. Okay, get that. Some water. We could use a little bit more water. Move it around. At least some darker splotches. All right, let's continue with the next one. Yeah, I have my desk covered in paper. I've got this old book page in front of me to catch any spray. I got one on the side here on my left. So I'm prepared and ready to get messy here. So that was the Hazy Moon. I want to try this one. This is London Fog. I'm sorry, London Rain. Yeah, London Rain. Even with my glasses on, the printing is so small. Okay. I like that color. Let's see. It's got a sort of a very pale lavender undertone with the gray. But you see, it's a very light color, but it's pretty cool. Just want to see how it works when it's very concentrated. Just add some water. I'm gonna get my heat gun. Let's see if that does anything too. Because a lot of times these don't really give you the full effect until they're completely dry. So let's give it a go. Here comes the wah. It's a little bit damp, but it's dry enough for us to handle. I like the markings that this leaves behind. And I noticed that on my paper here, this is just an Amazon mailer, one of those like padded mailer, but I split it open to use on my desk. And if it's not coming up, the extra spray that went on there, it's not coming up at all, which I like that, because other oxide sprays do kind of smudge a little bit. So that's great. I love what it did here when it mixed with the yellow. You get some really cool grungy goodness in there. All right, let's move on to the next one. This one is the caramelized chestnuts. Very interesting. Look at this, is before it's even mixed. So let's give this a whirl. I'm gonna use the same paper and just kind of keep going like that. I have some black mixed media paper too that we can try some of these on. I thought that would be fun. All right, let's give it a whirl. Here we go. Start up here. Ooh. It's kind of milk chocolate, that color. Oh, look at this. This has great pigments in it. You can see the already. Take some paper towel. Actually, I'm going to take one of these tags, sop up some of this, because I did put a lot. One, and this other one. It's an intense color, but I love it. Those are pretty cool already. Let those dry. I'm going to go ahead and dry this with my gun. Be right back. It's interesting. Just the different kind of effects you get depending on how much you spray, how much water you add. Let me see. It's almost dry, but I'm going to spray this with water and see if it reactivates it. It does not. So this seems to me permanent because I'm rubbing it in. The only ink I really don't have any ink on my fingers. It's a good quality. I like that. Yeah, so that extra water, once it was pretty dry, the ink was pretty dry, didn't do anything. Interesting. I'm gonna get another piece of the white. And we'll, did I not pull another white one out? Oh boy. For my next trick, okay, let me get these empty boxes out of the way. Okay, 3 down, 2 to go. And this is the Ripine Lagoon. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Yeah. Ooh, that's beautiful. Okay, get this baby going. I think I'm gonna like this one. There we go. All right. For this one, I'm gonna go ahead and spray some water down first. See how that works. Get some on the tags I got up here. All right, let's get a little more water on top. So these you got to work with quickly with the water. That's pretty. The way it beads up on top of the ink that was already there, that's kind of cool. Look, I'm gonna let those dry naturally. It's interesting. I did see some yellow in there, mixed in there. It's very hard to see, but I remember I saw it as it was spraying, you know. Let's see. Changes. I wonder if I can pull any up. Some. But yeah, once it dries, it's pretty permanente. But, oh yeah, like up in here you can see like sort of like a lemon yellow, very like a yellowy green. It's a cool color. See over here. That's very cool. All right. And last but not least is aged mahogany. Yeah, A mahogany. Yes, H mahogany. Pretty similar kind of pigments, like the caramelized chestnuts. Okay, well, let's see how this do. Yeah, see, don't make the label match the color so well that you can't even read it. That's, yeah. That's been a problem lately with manufacturers of art supplies. Is the writing is just, and it's not that because I have bad vision. It's very small, even for a normal person. I only recently just started wearing reading glasses. About a year and a half ago, sitting there trying to read my phone, and I kept getting fuzzy. I'm like, why? What's going on? I thought it was allergies. I kept like putting drops in my eyes, but nope, it wasn't that. So I had my annual eye doctor checkup was quickly approaching, so I went in, and yeah, sure enough, I needed the reading ones. Water, water, water. I really like this. You can see up in here, it's kind of like got a crackly kind of feel, like a textured wall, or something like piece of copper that's or a piece of metal that's rusted and patinaed at the same time. It's kind of cool. I love like when it's subtle. It's got the white showing through. Gives some really cool. Just looks really cool. That's all I can say. I'm so excited. These are awesome. Very nice. Let me set this to the side. Let that dry. Get some of that spray on here. I think that'd be cool. Let's see. Ooh. See how that red. That's very cool. Let's dab some of this. Come out here. Can lift. Look at that. So it's lifting, revealing some of that color beneath. So that's fantastic. All right, let's give this one a go. And these are oak tags, like they're mixed media tags. Remember growing up in the school, my mom always called it oak tag paper. And it was these large sheets of kind of like like a scrapbook paper thickness, like that, almost like this, a little thicker than this. Yeah, I used it for all different stuff. Oh, neat. That is good. I like these. I think definitely more colors will be required. And they have purples and they have some blues and some other colors. So, but I got some ones that would accentuate the sprays I already have. So nice. All right, we set these over here. Let's get some of that black mixed media paper. And I think for this one, I'm gonna cut it into squares. Let's see where my cutter is. Yeah, this is the Strathmore black mixed media paper. You see me using this before. Half of 9, 4.5. Or should I cut it? Yeah, I'm gonna cut smaller bits. So let's see, this was 6, 3. And 9, 3 inches. Good. No, I'm gonna leave these bigger. So 4.5. Looking cool, looking good. This is so nice. It kind of looks like leather too. So let's start with some yellow. Actually, I want to start with the darker one first and then the yellow on top. So we're gonna do the chestnut or the aged mahogany and the moon, and the hazy moon. Make sure I write this a little better next time. Got all over my bottle. Messy business art, that is for sure. And let's do some of this. London Rain. Then water. I'm trying not like fine spray, but maybe squeeze it, get some bigger drops out of it. All right, so this is where I've got my tag here for. Let me pull up some of this that's on the stencil. Oh, that's neat, huh? Get another one. And sop that up. Nice. Okay, let's lift this up. Oh, very nice. Very nice indeed. All right, stencil there. Let's see what we can get up. What's going to happen with these? Oh, that just came up. So I'm going to add a little bit more of this London fog. I didn't mean to spray that hard. Oh well. Ignore that one. I'm just excited. All right. That's interesting. mixes going on in there. This one here. Just gonna add a touch more water. Just see how far we can go. What I like is where it's holding its line. It's not really moving, and I think that's because it just dries so quickly. That pulls it right up. It's interesting because this black mixed media paper typically sucks in whatever you put on it rather quickly. Okay. All right, I think I'm gonna let these dry. We'll try another couple of other ones. Wipe your nose. I want to see how this blue, this turquoise looks on the black mixed media card paper. And I'm going to do it without a stencil this time. Just going to get this out of the way. What should I do? I think maybe the black pencil. Let's try this charcoal. This is a charcoal pencil. I want to see if it creates a resist. I'll do spirals. We'll do just one with the charcoal pencil and then one without. So here we are. Give this a good shake. See how white it is down there? It's because it's settled. So you need to make sure you give it a good shake. There we go. Charcoal didn't do much. I didn't think it would because the charcoal just kind of melts away. So let's see here. Love it on this paper. It just looks really dramatic. All right, let's get some. I'm gonna try this, the grayish one. Move it around. Kind of looks like maybe ocean waves. There. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, try not to get it on me, and I got it everywhere else. That's okay. I'm gonna get some of this off of here. here a little bit. Cool, cool. Let's see what it does when I use the that's kind of cool. Let this one dry without pulling off any from the with the paper towel. But look here, and with the black paper, it just looks really interesting. Oh, I see a face right there. Weird. I've been watching Midsummer Mysteries, and I'm suspicious of everyone and everything now. It's teasing, but it's a good show. Yeah, that didn't do anything. Let's add some yellow. I want to see if the yellow. This is the Pesamum. Whoa, that did something. Very cool. And that's the fun with these types of inks, is kind of letting them go where they want and see what happens. That's cool. I'm going to get my little wah-wah gun and do a little, where'd the lid go? Oh, it's in my hand. You are getting old, Eddie. All right, let's see how much we can get. All right. Black paper's definitely pulling in a lot of the color, but it has a really cool background going, so I think maybe I'm gonna let these fully dry, and I can always add more on top. Okay, here we go. And for these, let me get my color pencil. Just gonna look at this Payne's Gray pencil, but just want to see if I can create a resist to the inks. So maybe this one I'll do. and some of the aged mahogany. Now let's add some water, see what we get. A lot of coverage here. I'm heavy-handed with the sprays, but that's okay. Something. Hold these a little flatter without messing it up. Let's see how the paper towel works. Give it a more textured look. I'm just very lightly tapping it. Okay. All right, let me let these dry. So let us see. And I'm gonna test it out this way as well, which is just using the thing here just to splatter it. That's what I'm trying to say. Splatter. You see what it's doing on the paper with that wet aged mahogany and chestnut that's on there? That's nice. I like that. Kind of digging this too. Just tapping it on, you know. All right. Let's do some of this mahogany. Come on. This one doesn't come off as easily. Just seems like it's maybe a little thicker than the yellow one. All right, that's enough for that one. We'll get some of the gray. See, this one comes out a lot easier than that mahogany one did, so yeah. The thickness is slightly different, but you know, it's not a bad thing. It's just a good thing to know for the future. And that's why you got to play with your art supplies and experiment so you can see how they work and how they work best for you. Now, I'm gonna do something a little different here. I'm gonna spray them with some alcohol. And let's see what it does. This is just rubbing. It's a 91% alcohol. Not really doing much. All right. Okay, that's not doing much on there. So let's next just hit it with the water. Ooh, look at that. That paper is sucking it in. Yeah, that paint dried quickly on there, the yellow. I mean, I took my time, but not that long. That paper is getting pretty wet. Let me go ahead, I'm gonna spray a little bit of yellow on there. Let's see what happens. Just gonna set these to the side for a moment, and I'm gonna try and pick up some of this stuff that's wet on these tags. Let's see. All right. Take a look at these. These are turned out really nice. They dry with a little bit of sheen as well. I really like how that turned out. And this one too. Grungy-rific. All right, so let's revisit this one here. Is this dry? No, but I'm gonna give it a little encouragement. Okay. Now, I want to go over this with the turquoise. So testing out, once the initial layer of your sprays is dried, adding another layer of a different color and seeing if we can pull off some of the color to kind of create this effect here. Yes. Oh yeah, need a little bit of water. The water separates the oxidized part, the oxide part from the ink sometimes. So you get some cool effect. And I like using this mixed media paper because it can handle a lot of liquid mediums, or wet mediums, I should say. So cool. Nice and grungy. And let's see here. A little moon on this one, or London rain, sorry. And I'm not going to spray any more water, and let's see how much I can pull out. Or how much will pull up if I don't add water. Very cool. again, I'm gonna let those dry. These two are from earlier. I like where this is going, for sure. Let's see here, I'll get some of that excess off. It's not wet, that's dry. It looks like wet. It looks wet, right? But it is not. So let's add some of this mahogany. Actually, I'm going to do a little yellow. Soak up some of these tags, just to give it another layer of color. Add a little water. All right, napkin test now. Get a fresh one. Ooh, I just pulled it all up, huh? That's okay. But it creates a nice texture. If, you know, kind of that's what you're looking for. Just give that one a quick mist there in the corner. Give it a little spray. Wake it up, bee. And that's something I gotta keep in mind, that it's gonna get more exploding colorful like that once I hit it with water, so I don't need to use much spray. Yeah, you know, that's why you experiment with your stuff. You got to play with your toys to see how well they function. See, some of that came onto here, but you see how fine it is. I don't want to hit it with water because I don't want it to explode too much. But let me get a pipette. Here we go. Put some drops of water on there. Be more strategic about it. Look at that, that's cool. Bring in another color that we created by mixing the sprays. This is fun. I hope you're not bored. That's cool. I kind of created little cells. Very, very interesting. All right. You guys gonna dry. What do we have here? Oh, these are very soaking wet, so I'm gonna take a few minutes. I'm gonna dry these. I'll be right back. I think it's dry enough. Me thinks it's dry enough. And what shall we do? Let's fix this here. What can we add? Just turquoise here. definitely soaking it in. So I'm gonna leave it like that and allow that to dry. Or we do some drops here and there. Right. Just these two. This is the one I did with the pencil. And this one is just plain. I'll spray a little water on here. Just see what happens. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but I can see the markings I made. Let's see how much of this we can lift up. Not much. This stuff is very strong. I mean, if you rub, you can get some of it off. Right. So there's not much showing as far as the marks. Interesting. Oh, I let that dry on there. Boo. All right, we'll just have to fix that later. Oh, you know what? This is still wet. There we go. All fixed. That's how we do it. Yellow in there. Let's do a little bit of this here. Kind of like that. It's really subtle, but it's got that nice, like an old moldy, or you know, just like old and dirty. Very cool. And it's got like different layers of white. That out of there. Okay, there we go. And this one, let's add some turquoise. Get a little bit more water in here. Very wet, very wet. It's okay. Get some of that off. Some of that mahogany's coming through nicely. And I'm just, you know, picking up color in parts, not all of it. I think that's good. I'm gonna let that dry. It's pretty saturated. This one here. if you let it sit long enough, I don't know if you can tell, you're starting to see the colors from underneath. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this with a little water, let that sit for a few minutes and see what occurs. Let's try some of this on here. No, get that on there. It's a little yellow. Really cool. Whatever that makes. Do a little water here. Create some drips. Come on. Interesting. Set that aside here. And I wanted to add a little bit more of the yellow here with the London Rain too. Add some of that. Napkin stuck in the lid. Around a bit. Taking some of this excess water off, and see, it creates those cool little things. So you kind of got to get it like, while it's still wet, but it's not, but you want to let it sit for a couple minutes to kind of do its thing. I'm really liking that. Just gonna get a little water. Will happen here. I wonder if maybe just adding a couple of drops here and there, letting them sit for a little bit and see what happens. Some of this may be too dry for that, but we're gonna try it. And over here, that's the, still some wet there. Oh, I rubbed too hard. That's okay. It's just paper. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more of this London Rain. There we go. A little more water. Let it play around. Again, just taking up the excess water, wetness. Interesting. I like it though. And like I said earlier, this one, the London Rain, has a bit of a lavender tinge in the background that when it dries and it's heavy in certain areas, you will see it. Very nice. All right, let's see how this one's doing. Let me dry this one. Okay, it's pretty dry. I'm just gonna go over it one more time. I'm gonna use the chestnut this time. This creates some really interesting things, interesting patterns and stuff. Really, I love that. Very cool. All right, let's see what else we have. I want to do a couple of more tags. I think this tag is going to be best. This paper here is going to be best. Not super fan of the black paper. I think I have to get different colors to play with this better. Oops, got a little extra on here. But for now, I mean, it's not terrible. I'm not a fan of it. I think I maybe need some lighter colors to play around with it. So we'll see. Okay. Maybe I'll do another video where I, mix and match, use different brands and what have you, and see what we can come up with. This has a nice surface quality, and I think it'll be better for these inks. At least the ones I have here. Good, awesome, good, yeah, okay, water.